And now, sports coverage you can count on with the Way 31 Sports Team.
The Alabama Crimson Tide are Sugar Bowl champions, knocking off Kansas State 45-20 to claim yet another Sugar Bowl trophy. Hello, everyone. We are live here in New Orleans. Nolan Knight alongside Max Cohan. And Max, you know, we knew that Alabama wanted to win this game, but I don't think we knew how dominant they would be.
Yeah, it's safe to say that was a statement victory. Alabama wanted to prove a point not just to themselves, but also the committee who they felt slighted by, and they did so, winning their final game of the season.
A commitment to the Crimson to play for each other one last time in the Sugar Bowl.
We all made a promise to each other that we'll play and that we'll go out and compete one last time with each other, so it was a really sweet moment for all of us.
But their Sugar Bowl didn't start as sweet as they would have liked, as the Wildcats jumped out to a 10-0 lead in the first quarter. That, of course, was highlighted by an 88-yard explosion from Deuce Vaughn. But that's when Alabama would respond. After missing a few passes early in this one, Bryce Young would finally find his groove. Jahmyr Gibbs across the middle and down the sideline to set Alabama up first and goal, which put the Tide's game plan back on the tracks. This drive capped off with another beauty for Young. He finds Isaiah Bond in the back of the end zone to put Alabama on the board and begin a stretch of scoring 35 unanswered points. From there, the former Heisman winner played lights out in what could be his final game for the Crimson Tide. Deep ball to Jermaine Burton to set up the Crimson Tide for another red zone trip. And it's another score. Young to Cameron Latu in the flats and then into the end zone. The Tide out in front in a blink of an eye, 14-10. That's when Kansas State needed a response. They would put together an 18-play drive that would bring them all the way down to the 2-yard line, but they would turn the ball over on downs after Will Howard missed on a wide-open receiver. And with just 58 seconds left on the clock in the half, the momentum shifted. It took just 7 plays and 48 seconds for the Tide to go 98 yards, capping things off with the Jermaine Burton strike to give the Tide a 21-10 lead at the half.
And that was a huge swing in the game for us to stop them on 4th down and then go 98 yards in less than a minute and score a touchdown. But we do practice it.
In the second half, the onslaught continued with Bryce Young reminding the nation that he's got an arm that speaks for itself, throwing for 2 more scores, including this 47-yard connection with Kobe Prentice to put the game away. The California native hosted a passing clinic which included 5 scores and 321 yards, earning him Sugar Bowl MVP and giving him the second most passing touchdowns in Crimson Tide history. It was a statement win that Alabama players say proves they should have been playing for more.
This is a big win for us. It shows that, for one, we was disrespecting and not getting the playoffs. Even though we shot our own selves in the foot, we still had a chance to get in the playoffs, and everything had happened. And I feel like the committee didn't want us in there. And for us to show that we're way better than Kansas State, that's huge for us. And we're just going to keep on grinding from here on out.
And what a day it was for Branch. 12 tackles, 4 for loss, and an interception. And, of course, the Tide had a lot to prove today. They wanted to show that the committee made a mistake, but also send Bryce Young and Will Anderson out on a high note in the final time, or likely the final time, that they're wearing the crimson and white.
Yeah, and talk about a final time wearing the Crimson. Bryce Young put on a performance to remember. 5 touchdown passes in this game. And it's not every team in the nation that gets to finish their season out with a win. Yes, it's not the college football playoffs, but it is a Sugar Bowl victory here in the Big Easy. That's going to wrap up our coverage from New Orleans. For Max Cohan, I'm Nolan Knight in New Orleans for Way 31 Sports.